So let's go ahead and look at how do we add a page to WordPress. So I'm right now on my dashboard. I'm going to come over here to Pages real quick. And in my menu, I have two options. I have an All Pages and I have an Add New. If I click on just the Pages menu itself, you'll notice it's going to take me to the All Pages. And this is a list of all the pages that came by default with WordPress when it was created. Now, some of these might have been added when a plugin was added or different things like that. So you may not see all of these, but this is a list of all of our existing pages. You can look on our far left-hand side, you can see the titles. And you'll also see, for example, if it's in a draft, if it's set up as a special type of page, like the privacy policy page or the front page. You can see who the default author is, how many comments are associated with each page, as well as the date that it was published. If I want to edit a page, all I'd have to do is click on a page. And when you click on the title, it will come up. And if you've not used the block editor before, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit, this will come up. I'm going to X out of this real quick. You can see up here the page title, the page content, on our right hand side you see properties about the page, such as the status and visibility. It's public, meaning it's accessible to everybody. It was published on this date, and I have an option to move it to trash. I have a permalink, which is the link that's used to access this. A featured image, if one is there. A discussion, so do I allow comments? That's just a checkbox, yes, no. And page attributes, what template we're going to use for the page, if we have a parent page, etc. If we need to update this, we have an update button here. But I want to go and add a new page. To do this, I first need to go back to my menu. So I'm going to click on the little WordPress logo. And now I'm going to add a new page. Now I can choose this either from my menu on my left-hand side, or up at the top, there is an Add New. So notice here I have a blank page. I have an option of adding a title, so I'm going to do that real quick. I can call this a sample parent page. Here I can add some generic text if I want. And then I can choose to either save as a draft, which will allow me to go back and publish later, or I can publish. Now, depending upon what type of access level I have in WordPress, I may not be able to publish. So if I was, for example, a contributor, I may not be able to publish it. Only an author, editor, or site admin can. If I'm a subscriber, I won't even have access to this page. If I want to check this out before I publish it, though, if I have that option, I can click on the preview, and I can choose how do I want to preview this. Do I want to preview it based upon how it look on a desktop, tablet, or mobile? I'm going to choose mobile and say preview in new tab. You'll notice I do have a working preview here, which is nice. I'm going to change this back to desktop. Before I publish this, I'll notice that I have an option down here for my sidebar layout. This is highly dependent upon your theme. So you may not have a choice for this, but in our case we do. Most themes have a choice for this, of where to choose to have a sidebar or without a sidebar. I'm going to leave the default. I'm going to click publish. It's going to do a quick check. Are you sure? Notice you have this option down at the bottom to always show pre-published checks. You may have other plugins that are going to add extra things in here. For example, scoring how good an article or page header do you have, linking it to social media sites, etc. Right now, we don't have any of those types of plugins installed, so it's going to ask, what do you want for your visibility? Public. And if I click on this, I can choose to be private or password protected. If I have a password protected, I have to add a special password just for that page. We're going to make this public. And then it's going to ask, when do we want to publish this? So I can publish this in the future. Now remember, this content's not going to be date specific, but I might have something that I'm not going to want to publish until a certain time. So maybe if I'm a company, I have a product that's going to be released, I don't want to release this product for another 2 or 3 days, and so I'll set that out in the future. We're going to assume this is all correct, and I'm going to click Publish, and I have a new page. It's that simple. I'm going to add one more page, and it's going to be a child of this page. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. Once again, back to my All Pages, I'm going to click Add New. This is my child page example. A couple blank lines of text. And come back to my page. And under my page attributes, I want this to have a parent page. So this is a child page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on parent page here. And you'll notice I can pick any of the existing published pages. So I'm going to click on sample page. And you might say, okay, well, that's great, but I'm kind of curious about this template. Depending upon your theme, you may have additional templates. And you might have a variety of different templates. These can come from the theme or also from a plugin. So that's why you have potentially different types of page templates. Something that's not going to fit the standard mold. 9 times out of 10, maybe even more often than that, you're going to use a default template. The order is going to be specified if you have parent page. Which child is this? So you can put things in order. We're not going to worry about that because we don't have other child pages. So I'm going to click Publish. And publish once again. Now, you'll notice I have a couple of links, and I can copy this link, or I can view this page. I'm going to click on View the Page in a new tab. And you can see it here. Here's my child page. Now one thing that we're not seeing that some themes provide, other themes don't, this one apparently does not, is a built-in easy way to show that it's a child page. And the way they usually do that is through a navigation up here near the top, either above or below the page title. And what that would be to show, oh, here's our sample page, and then here's our child example page, through something they refer to as breadcrumbs. So that's very dependent upon your theme, and that's okay, because we can always pick different themes if we want to. So that's the basics of how we're going to go in and create a new page, whether it's a parent page or a child page. A parent just doesn't have another parent. Know that child pages can have child pages, so you can create nested hierarchies that way. You can choose if it's public or private or even just restricted. You can choose when it's going to be published, all from our main page editor like this.